I told you things were going to be different in 2025. And today, I'm going to just give it all away. I'm going to give away the Elite Resolutions 2025 marketing strategy. That's right. I've been telling you guys that you need to come up with a marketing strategy. Well, let's go. I'm going to give you ours. I'm going to take you behind the scenes. And here's what you're going to expect from Elite Resolutions in 2025. Let's go. In 3, in 2, in 1. What's up, advocates? My name is Vince Perry and welcome to the Commercial Claims Show, and I am so excited about the topic that we have for you today. I'm here to get right to the point, to tell you exactly what's going on at Elite Resolutions and how we are basically going to be spreading awareness, spreading the word, so telling everybody on the planet what public adjusters do and what we do and what Elite Resolutions can do and really how public adjusters can help in general. That's really my ultimate goal. I've told you guys this once. I've told you guys this before. I want to make sure that the entire planet knows what a public adjuster is. With the help of the YouTube show and CCA, we've done that. And we're going to do it again now with Elite Resolutions and let the world know what public adjusters are and how we can help throughout the insurance claims process. So I wanted to take you a little bit behind the scenes. One thing that I've been doing a lot lately is whiteboarding. If you don't know about our Elite Advocate Mastermind, you're crazy. If you are a licensed public adjuster and you have your own firm, you work for yourself, or you work for another firm where you're basically kind of on your own, you get enough of a percentage where you don't really get help much from your firm, and I mean like administrative wise, you got to come join our group. Or if you're just starting out and you really want to get a fast track, I'm telling you guys, the Elite Advocate Mastermind is like nothing else. It's basically years upon years of experience and coaching that I've received myself that I am just giving it all away. So even the stuff that I'm telling you here, it's a 2.0. It's a 10.0 version of that. We get into the weaves of everything. We have weekly calls on Wednesdays and Mondays, all the recordings. We have all the courses available there. Like, if you don't do it, you're crazy. Send me a message on Instagram and I can tell you more. So let's get right into it. Elite Resolutions, guys. One thing that I want to tell you is that most public adjusters, when they're starting out, and anything that you start out in business, you want to make sure you go out there, you network. You want to build relationships with people in your local area. It's very, very, very important that you do so because you want to really just sort of make a name for yourself, start making connections, and really just reaching out to everybody and letting them know what you do. But you want to be really entrenched in the local economy of wherever it is that you live and meet a lot of the professionals. You want to narrow down who it is that you want to be targeting. And a lot of people, when they're public adjusters, they start out, this is how I did it. This is how I still do it. I'm still part of BNI and I go networking. I like to mingle with contractors and plumbers and GCs and roofers and stuff like that because quite frankly, most of the time, they're going in there to do a repair after some kind of significant event. Could have been a water loss, a pipe burst, a roof leak, just a car running into a fence, whatever it is. Chances are a lot of the stuff that they're doing, they're going in there to make repairs. And if they're going in there to make repairs, that means some damage has been done, which might be claimable. So they're getting inside of the house and they're getting into the place that you're looking for. So you might as well be what we call strategic, getting strategic referrals and finding those contractors that could help you. Now, when you go to the next level, when it's time to like, okay, let's go to the next level. Let's try to figure out another way to get claims. One thing that I've learned over the last 5 years, I would say, and really has a lot to do with CCA and what we've been able to accomplish there, is we've basically been able to really find our target audience all through digital marketing. It's been all through online, social media, website, landing page, and so on and so forth. So what we're going to do now in 2025 for Elite Resolutions is we're going to do something very similar. We're going to be copying that strategy that we've been successful with in CCA, and we're going to incorporate it into Elite Resolutions. Now, there's a lot of things that you need to do first, honestly, before you even get into some of this stuff. So a lot of this stuff is a little bit high level, but there's also another level to it as well. The thing is, you really have to make sure that you've got a good understanding of how you're working your claims and how it's going. Like, you want to have a really decent operations, systems, processes really already in your business so that you could handle really focusing on something like this, because you can't do this yourself. And if you do it yourself, it's going to take up most of your time. At Elite Resolutions, we've got a marketing department, and this is the strategy that we're basically going to be doing in 2025 to really get the word out there and let people know and let our particular target audience know that we actually exist and that we can help them out. So I like to draw models, okay? That's one thing that I've been doing lately. A shout out to Dana Martell, who's just one of the excellent shooting models. He was able to learn from somebody else that I can't think of the name of right now, but I'm going to draw you a model of what our marketing strategy is. So what we got here is a 2025 marketing plan. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to break it down into a funnel, okay? We're going to do it like this, and we're going to do it like this, okay? So it breaks out into separate parts. You need to make sure that you master certain things first before you can go on to the next thing. And then eventually it all just sort of blends in together because, yeah, I mean, it's basically all through online digital marketing. So the first thing that you guys need to do is really make sure that you let people know that you even exist. And it's really making people aware that you exist. So the first thing that you're going to be going after is awareness. I had been looking for an accountant for years and I was unable to find anybody that I liked, that I worked with and was able to do what I needed to be done to my taxes and to my accountant. Jeremy David at Noble Wealth has been a godsend to me, my family, and my company. We have saved so much money in taxes I can't even begin to describe, and he knows what he's doing. You need to call Jeremy at Noble Wealth and get yourself the right accountant because he's the man who's going to help you save on taxes, because ultimately you don't want to be making money, especially if you're self-employed, and having it all go to the IRS. Call Jeremy, call Noble Wealth, and they will help you tremendously with the entire accounting process and your tax situation from A to Z. Okay, how are you going to get in people's computer? How are you going to get on their cell phone? How are they going to be able to see you, to see that you're actually, that you actually exist and that you're actually out there? Okay, now there's a couple of different ways that we're going to be actually doing that. Okay, one thing is going to be, obviously, if you're not doing this, you are crazy, but one thing is going to be social media. Guys, you guys have to have social media. If you don't have social media at this point, yeah, just don't be in business. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're just like, oh, I don't like social media, I don't like to post my stuff out there, I don't like to be out there, I don't like to scroll, I don't like to be addicted to social media. Guys, it's 2025. Forget all that, okay? I personally I'm probably a good hour or so a day scrolling on social media because, well, it gives me ideas on some of the content that I want to do. So you need to get on social media, make sure that you're posting, every day. Now, there's a lot of different things that you can do to make sure that you're consistent. I mean, rule number one is just freaking pick up your phone and actually shoot a video. And I would prefer videos. That's what you're going to want to do. But there's also softwares that you could create where you could just take a bunch of content and you could automate it and you could put it into calendar so everything can go out. So there's different ways that you can do it. So how else do you spread awareness? Is you want to obviously make sure that you have a website, okay? Now, you don't need a full-blown website, okay, because I'm going to actually mention something else that you can do that could, for a little bit, replace the website, but you want to make sure that you have a website. You want to make sure that you have a place that people can go to, again, know that you exist with all of your information, contact information, members of your team, so on and so forth. And again, if you're a one-man show, you could still make it look like you're a lot bigger than what you really are. Or if you work for another firm, you could still have your own page, I'm sure they wouldn't mind, where you've got your information that people could actually go to, list all the services and so on and so forth. Or you could just make sure, hey boss, let's get a better website going. You know what I'm saying? So the next thing though, that if it's not just a website and you just can't do a full-blown website because, you know, quite frankly, it could be costly, is you could easily go and create what's called a landing page. Okay, a landing page is basically just one page. It's one page that you have on there that they get all the information that you need. Now, I would recommend, I was just told yesterday, I had used this software long ago, and I heard it's like the end-all be-all now. Maybe not the end-all be-all, but a lot of people are using it, and it's Wix. Wix, apparently a lot of people are actually using it, which is pretty cool because I remember using it back in the day and it was kind of elementary, but it's very easy to use. So if you don't have anybody that could help you with this, or you just want to create something quick because you want to, again, spread awareness, make sure that you go on Wix.com. This is not a sponsor. It's just what I heard the other day. I've used it before years ago, and it's really not that hard to use, and I'm not that good at doing these things. So go on Wix and see if you can find something. They give you a bunch of templates. All you have to do is drag and drop. You could use ChatGPT now to really come up with a lot of the content that you need to come up with. You should be able to create a landing page by the end of this video. And then the next thing I'm just going to go out there because I want people to be aware. Now, I've already had the opportunity to do this. I get to speak in a lot of different places, but we're going to go all in because we do have a particular target market that we are looking at. So I want to make sure that I'm speaking to my target as often as possible. Now, for CCA, my target is you guys, right? Public adjusters. But for Elite Resolutions, it's not. Okay, and one thing that I want to do is I really want to get on stages. I want to be able to actually talk to a lot of people in masses because you can knock it out a lot easier. So for example, in BNI, you get to speak to your entire group every week. And then you go and you meet with them one-on-one. But if you could just speak to an entire group of your actual target, and it could be a huge crowd, or you could ask the people in your BNI or in your networking group, or when you're having a one-to-one to somebody, hey, are you part of an organization? Are you part of something that maybe I can get in front of them and I can speak to them? You want to try to get on on stages because, again, it's just another form of actually spreading awareness, okay? So those are the 4 stages and the 4 different ways that you could really gain awareness. Make sure that you have a social media, website, landing pages, and try to get on stage every once in a while. This is a little bit of a wild card. I'm sure you weren't expecting that one. All right, so the next thing that you're going to want to do, okay, let's put a line right through here, okay, and we're going to go with conversions, okay? Now it's time. You're actually making the awareness. People know what you do, okay? Guys, this is Vince Perry again, the Commercial Claims Advocate. I really hope that you're enjoying this content so far because wait until you see what happens next. Stay tuned. Everybody needs an attorney on their side. So whether you're a public adjuster, a contractor, or anyone else in the insurance claims business, make sure that you have an attorney that you could rely on, that you can go to for questions whenever you need it. That guy for me for the last 12 years has been David Farber. David Farber is the owner of the Farber Law Firm, and he has been there for me from the beginning of my career until now. And I would love for him to be able to help you as well. So make sure you call him at this number here and visit his website so you can learn more about the amazing David Farber of the Farber Law Firm. Conversions. And I'd actually like to add a little bit too, because it's not just about converting, because it takes, in order to convert, all right, and we're going to get into a little bit more of that too, you also need to engage, all right? Make sure that you engage. All right, engage with them. And there's several different ways that you can do that. And you believe it or not, a lot of them are actually automated and you could actually create these things really, really cool. But one thing, here's a wild card. Here, if you can get anything out of this, you're going to want to get this. Honestly, all of this is kind of already self-explanatory. But what you really want to focus on, guys, is something that's called, and this is what I've learned through CCA. It's something that's called a lead magnet, okay? And it's just that. It is a lead magnet. You are going to create something that for you, it's going to create a lead. Think of it, you're creating a magnet and it's coming back with leads. In order for you to get leads though, however, you have to be able to give something away of value. A lot of you guys, when you guys sit down for a one-to-one, I get questions all the time where it's like, how can I have a contractor refer to me? Like, what is it that I can do? I don't understand. I'm settling their claims and I'm doing that. It's because maybe you're not offering something that they actually need, okay? You want to make sure that you are giving something of value, preferably something of value that helps them solve a pain that they have, and you want to give it away for free. Okay, the way we've been successful at CCA and why we've got so many public adjusters that watch this show and download our course and are part of our mastermind and everything is because, like everybody always says, Vince, you give it all away. We give it all away for free. We give it through PDFs that you could download, checklists that you could download, ebooks that you could do, free webinars that we give away. And it's just intense value for public adjusters all over the country. And for that, what do? They give me their information. They give me their name, they give me their email address, they give me their phone number when they purchase one of these books or when they even download any of our free guides. We've got like 6 of them. You want to be able to do the same thing. You want to create a lead magnet. Who is it that you're talking to? Are you talking to a contractor? Maybe you can give away a top 10 things that you can do to help settle your insurance claim. Now you know that the contractor works with claims on the regular and is interested in what you're selling, that gives you information. That's a hot lead right there for a strategic referral like a contractor. And you need to give away, you need to make sure that you're giving away these things on your landing pages and on your website, and you also have a link to it on your social media, okay? And even when you're closing on your stage, make sure that you say, hey, if you want more information, I've got this free thing that you can take here, go ahead and download this, because you already know, if you're on a stage, let's say you've got 50 people watching you, not all those 50 people are gonna buy from you, but if you put a QR code of your lead magnet of something interesting, they're gonna scan it, they're gonna put their information. That's like the next level. The other thing that you have to be aware of is you want warm leads, okay? If it's just your social, this is not, somebody who watches your social media is not a warm lead. It's just somebody that watches your social media. Website, visits your website, you know, they may or may not be interested. Now, if they go to your website and then they look at your lead magnet, they put their information and they download it, that automatically becomes a warm, if not hot lead, depending on who you're talking to. So make sure that you're giving away lead magnets and make sure that you're giving away lead magnets, because that's how you're gonna do it. And you can just literally ask ChatGPT for some lead magnets that can help somebody that you're looking for, and it'll give it to you right away. Okay. The next thing is, when remember I said engage. Okay. So want to engage and convert. So once they do download your lead magnet and you've got some information, you want to engage with them. And the way you're going to engage with them is with something that's called a nurture sequence. Okay. Now I'm getting a little high level. Nurture sequence is basically emails that you're going to be sending. All of you guys watching the show, if you've given me any of your information, you've probably got an email from me. Okay? If they download your lead magnet and they leave their email, there should be some kind of sequence that says, thanks for downloading. Is there anything that I can help you with? Thanks for downloading. We've got some cool information to give you. Whatever it is. And you're going to try to want to do it by, if possible, email and by text if you get their phone number. Because if you get their phone number, you could actually send them automatic text messages of different things that you're giving away. Maybe you're going to do a free webinar. Maybe you're going to do something else. Whatever it is, you want to get them into a nurture sequence and you want to engage with them. Because the rule of thumb is, I think it's like 11 times they have to touch before they actually make a purchase. 11 times they have to see you before they say, hey, you know what? I actually want to do this. Okay? So making sure that you're engaging and you're converting. I'd also recommend, we went from stages over here. I'd also recommend trying to, in your nurture sequence, eventually give away a webinar, right? Give away a free webinar, right? To somebody to a group of people, your target audience that are actually interested. Make a webinar. I was literally a guest on somebody's webinar. One of the people in our mastermind actually did a live, not a webinar. So he actually did like a live training with a room full of roofing companies. And it was actually very successful. And it was very, very helpful for them because they got the value that they want. And guess what? All their claims are going to that public adjuster because the public adjuster took the time to give them all the value that they had. So nurture sequence is really the engagement part, okay, that keeps them in the loop, okay? They get this valuable information, so that's how you convert them into basically a fan of you. You keep them in your sequence and you want to give away things. Give away more things like another webinar, okay? Maybe a free inspection. That's kind of outdated, but that's okay. Free inspection, or maybe another lead magnet that you could come up with. The thing about lead magnets is not like before. You could literally create one on Wix will allow you to probably do it, or any other software, and you could literally create one on all the content. You could create it on ChatGPT, so it's like not that hard to do. Okay, so that's converting, that's engaging, and then the last thing you're going to want to do is, quite frankly, sell. Right? You got to sell. Ultimately, that has to happen. Okay, so now we get into sales. All right, so now we get into sales, okay? So you've got leads, okay? If you're asking for the phone number, you've got their phone number. You can call them whenever you want. It's going to help. You can set something up, or you can do whatever you want. But you want to make sure that you are texting, DMs, and calling. All right? So when you get a phone number, somebody, text them. Open a conversation, ask them what their pain points are. I could give a whole other training on actual sales and what to do in a sale. You have to, first thing you have to do, if you're speaking in front of a contractor or anybody is that you're speaking to, find out what their pain points are. It might not be claims. It might be just, I can't find a local dentist to actually fix my teeth. I know a great dentist. Whatever pain that they're in, try to be the one to actually solve their pain in your text message. But the same thing goes when you're DM. So in what I want to say, a little bit of a wild card, if you get a chance, okay, you've got social media here, right? Once people start liking and commenting and following you because your content is geared towards a particular person, you should be in their DMs. Okay? A lot of you, again, watching has probably received actual DM messages from me asking if there's anything that I can do to help. Okay? I'm trying to just be more valuable as much as I can. And then ultimately, if the conversation goes well and there's a way that I can help, I'm going to help them. And I'm going to make sure that I convert them into our mastermind or something like that because I know that it can help. But same thing goes for a contractor, a roofer, or whatever. What's your biggest pain point? I can't get these claims settled. Okay, well, let's lean into that a little bit. What are you doing wrong? Why can't you do it? This, and that. Well, guess what? I can do all that and I can help you. Let's meet up and let's exchange some claims. So in the DMs of social media, of anybody that likes, follows, or views your story, and then also make sure that you're calling and you're calling out because now you're starting to get a little bit of traction here. You're going to start getting leads and it's going to be pretty sweet, you know? And then the last thing you do is you're going to close. Okay? Close, dollar signs, let's go, close. All right, and dollar signs, dollar bills, y'all. Here we go. All right, and now you've got claims, okay? That's the idea, is this is the entire strategy, guys. This is the entire strategy for Elite Resolutions, guys. Right now, we are in the process. The website's already sort of been fixed. You can go on eliteresolutions.com. You can see who our target is right there if you were to go to it, so go ahead and check it out. If you want to take a look at the lead magnet that we're giving away, it's already on the website. Landing pages are being created, which should be done, and we are on the process of really reaching out to people. Now, by stages, I'm going to go back real quick, but by stages, you can do actual stages, but you could do a podcast guest, right? On a contractor podcast. There's a lot of them going on now. All right, you could speak at an event. All right, okay, you could set up lunch and learns. A lot of different things that you can do, guys, to really get your word out there, but it takes a grind and it takes a hustle. But the idea that I really wanted to show you guys is that there is a plan. There is a plan in place. It all starts with building awareness, okay? Then you want to engage with your fans. Anybody that likes, follows you, whatever it is, downloads lead magnets, make sure that you're actually engaging with them. The nurture sequence is there and automated, all right? Look up nurture sequence, you'll figure it out. Then you start selling to them, okay? Don't be afraid to sell. You have to sell. This is what you do. If you're starting out here, you're a public adjuster. Even if you're doing this for a while, you're probably just used to building relationships and you've never really sold, okay? Well, you want to make sure that you sell and then you want to close. All right, now the last thing that I'm going to mention is just something because, again, I want to give it all away for you guys, is once all this is built and everything is starting to do well, they're really the wild card. They're really the wild card. And I want you guys to know I'm giving this away because I'm very passionate about public adjusting in general. So if you guys can follow our blueprint that is going to be successful, and you guys can do it too, sure, we are technically competition, but all it does is build more awareness of public adjusting, guys. And that's my ultimate goal when it comes to anything else. I've been doing this for so long and I still have to explain to people what we do. So let's go. So the last thing, once all this is built out, you're getting some traction. Website looks nice, your landing pages are there, they're starting to convert, right? That's when, if something goes, what color do I want to use? Green. Let's say you've got a social media post that goes viral. And guys, by viral, it just means more likes or more views on a story or whatever it is than normal. You're never going to know what content is going to really click. So like if your average view is 10 to 15 views, okay, and I'm talking just for the starter, all of a sudden you do a story and there's like 300 views, all of a sudden, guess what? What was that about? What is that content? You're going to want to recreate that. I'm going to tell you why. People are all of a sudden, there's a particular lead magnet that's really getting people's attention and you're getting twice as many or 3 times as many leads from a particular lead magnet. You're looking at your website and if you're able to do the analytics, you can see where people scroll, what people like, okay? Whatever it is that you find that's connecting with the audience the most, you're gonna wanna take that, all right? Wild card here, and you're gonna wanna do ads, okay? That's when you're gonna wanna start putting money into ads. You can take that social media post that went viral. I say quote viral because people don't know that viral could be a lot of things. You're going to recreate the social media post. You're going to pump ads behind it, okay? And then you're going to end it with a CTA, call to action, to leave their information. Now you're going to start getting something there, all right? That's with social media. You can take the lead magnet. All right, let's say it's in a particular landing page. So landing page plus lead magnet, all right? And you just put Google ads on it now, okay? Now that's a whole other training that we can do, right? And now that very attractive landing page and lead magnet that you already know connects and converts organically, you pump ads to it, it's gonna make it go through the roof. That's a Gary Vee trick that I learned from his book, his latest book that you should get. That's a Gary Vee trick that works every single time. And that's what we do. Every month, guys, we go back and we basically take a look at what's the content that's gone quote unquote viral. We recreate it and we throw the lead magnets and whatever link that is that we're trying to push for that time. And we try to make sure that that goes viral, but with paid ads, because you get a ton more people actually watching it. So guys, there it is. Woo-wee! Awareness, engage, sales, close, social media, website, landing pages, stages, lead magnets, nurture sequence, webinar, text, DMs, calling. I told you this was a high level little training that we're doing. So I hope you guys got all of that. Again, in our mastermind, we deep dive into all of these things in particular. We have social media strategies. What's your website going to look like and your landing page? How are you going to create it? How is it going to be? What's above the fold? You don't know that. And making sure that your lead magnets are converting. How are you testing them? How are you trying to make sure that they're doing? That's what we do. And not only that, we just added the great Jeremy Lavelle, #1 claims coach, in my opinion, in the country on Wednesdays as well, to give you the claims advice that you need. So if you're interested in that, click on the link below, leave me your information. You see the CTA at the end, and let's get working together because I want to take your business to the next level. Thank you guys for watching. Every single Wednesday, Content Wednesday, commercial claim show. Let's go. We'll see you next week. Have a good week. Peace out. Well, I hope you learned a lot of that show. There is so much in store for you in this channel. If you just fall into that rabbit hole, we've been doing this for 4 years. Click on one of these links here in front of you and see how much more you can learn on the Commercial Claim Show.